as we begin on the origin of Maragoli, this is the first place we begin from, the home to our auntie. Auntie, bakuranga bwe?
Ye, bananga Evangelist Edelia Malongo, nickname Kupanga.
Kupanga. Auntie Kupanga.
So the phone askia kiniita Malo.
So this is her home. She lives next to the Maragoli Hills. The hills begin from here, this being the major hill, the start of the hill, and then they stretch all the way up to Maseno. So they begin here and they stretch all the way to Maseno. In our trip, we're going to go with the village elder. The village elder in Kiluya or Kimaragoli is called Rigutu. Rigutu. So we have Rigutu. Rigutu entirely meant an eye or a hearer, a person who hears for the clan. So our Rigutu is Jospat Orege. Jospat Orege is our Rigutu. He's going to take us around the hills so that we try to trace where Maragoli originated from. So let's keep going. An indication we are heading to the hills where we have more of the ground. Looks like we are the middle of a hill. Around us there are rocks, as you can see, and down those are Maragoli hills. So these rocks, they constitute the bigger hill that stretches all the way round up to the Maseno area. We are actually looking for an old man to take us around the home of the first Maragoli man, and apparently the shortcut is somewhere here. So this old man, he's been found. There he is with Orege. Yes. Hey, so that is Orege, our Rigutu, and this is the old man Onyango. Onyango is the person who takes people around the hill to see where the first man actually lived. So this is the home to the old man. That is the old man. He's moving the cows so that we get a place to do our packing, and so we proceed to the hills. So we are on our way to the caves. With the Mwama Caves, with the first elder in front, followed by Orege, who is our Rigutu. Followed by Kadesa. Kadesa was named after the way to Maragoli. The composition. Siagaramatu means sharpen your ears. You can see from a distance we are going down here, but we have to go up the next hill. So Maragoli borders Bunyore. As you can see, the forest, the other side is Bunyore. Jambo man. So from a distance you can see the jet. That is the metal gate. That is the gate to the caves where I am going to try. I got married though. Jambo Kenya. You can see the gate is locked. That is where the first Maragoli man lived. Finally we are here. She's boasting she's called Kadesa because apparently the first wife to Maragoli was called Kadesa. Yes. This is the old man to take us around.
No, we are talking, I'm understandable.
The place is,
yes. Caves.
Yes, Mwama Caves.
Caves.
It is actually fenced, as you can see, for security purposes. And this is where the man lived. the cave. And you can see it is locked, so we cannot access the place without his permission. So we have to wait for Kissia. Yes.
No,
Not access the place because it's actually locked. There is security. This is where the man used to stay, plus his wife, and it has been secured. The fence around, and no one can access the place until we wait for Kissia. Kissia is the next neighbor to the cave, and is the one taking care of the cave and in charge. So if you can check around, you can see so many rocks. We are amidst the rocks. The rocks are all over. After every time, so you can see they're made up of the grasses, and we have the mud, and they're round in shape. This is where Maragoli originated. So around the place, as I said, you can see the stones. These are granites. These are granites. Some farming is being practiced in the stones. You can see bananas. You can see they're tilling the land. You can see the economic activities that surround Maragoli. We have farming, banana farming. We have the goats in the rocks. We have the tilling of the land. And a few people scattered, small houses scattered around. But the next neighbor to Maragoli is actually Kissia, who apparently is the caretaker. And we are patiently waiting for Kissia to arrive. So Kissia is the second old man, the neighbor to the caves. So, hey. Dave, paka uze. Paka udoke, umanye.
Urangiriza nde nondi?
Ande. Ngoko ne barimi. Kuna birengo. Tell him that he had not arrived. So he came to a place called Kitsava, and Kitsava, that is where he lost his daughter. The daughter died, and the daughter was called Kavogoi. Yes. Eventually, he moved up to where we call Kima. Currently, it is Wehomo, just next to Bunyore Girls, with his wife and the rest of the kids. He had Indumba. Indumba is a drum that was telling him that he had not actually arrived where he was supposed to be settling. It is at Kima where he lost his wife. His wife was called Khaliesa. Khaliesa died at Kima, and that is where she was buried. Maragoli moved to Mungoma Caves from Bunyore. As you can see, the blue iron sheets, that is where Bunyore is, and actually that is Bunyore Girls. So he moved through the forest up to where we have these rocks. And when he arrived here, the drums gave him an assurance that actually he had arrived where he was supposed to be settling. And when he settled here, he neither came here with a daughter nor the wife. They had all perished, and the brother had proceeded to Kissi. Let's get going so that we see the entrance to his. So as much as we are at the cave entrance, we are unable to get in right now because you're dressed in trousers and t-shirts. We are supposed to be in dresses and in skirts. More so, we are supposed to be here 9 a.m. and not 3 p.m. We also need a leader or an old man to say a prayer and a ritual before we get into the cave. So this means we have to come for the next episode. See you then.
Yesu Kristo kuloba batatu okomanya kushena hamurogoli yala n'umwima bw'ibyo niba wakoza kogenda nabo kuhambanya kubikende kula shetani akakolonda muri tora Yesu kolegere na Yehova Nyasaye yawa n'abantu bobo abenya kumanya mwana ga Maragoli muzingiriza Yesu Kristo muhonyeto.
I'm currently standing is at Yamahugi This stone is called Riamahugi. And together with us we have Mzee Stephen Odera. Mzee Stephen Odera, who is the assistant secretary. We have the secretary of the cultural, the Maragoli cultural affair. That is Mr. Joab Kitago, Mr. Joab Kitago, and then we have Mr. David Kisia. Mr. David Kisia is the one actually in charge of the whole thing, and he's the one who stays next to the cave. So where we are is step number 1. This is where, as Mzee Joab Kitago has told us, this is the Riamahugi stone. This stone is actually a place where all the sub-tribes of the Luyas, the Maragoli people used to come from the various regions. They would come for cleansing here, and this place they would come as early as 6 a.m. and that is after one sounds an echo. And this Maragoli is a bit complicated, but you have to get it from me. And that echo, he called it Kubaruanga. So someone would actually Kubaruanga when he's standing at that place. So that is just shouting to call the rest of the people. And the echo would go around the whole of Maragoli. And when people heard the echo, they would come. So this is the place they would first meet, and only the elders would come here, representatives from various groups. They would come here for cleansing so that they now proceed to the cave. So before you get to this place, or before you get to the cave, you are to come here, you get some cleansing. And the cleansing was, this place was filled by water, and someone touches in the water and then washes the face using that water before proceeding to the cave. So no one was allowed to the cave without getting to this Riamahugi stone. There are so many things that they talk about concerning this stone and the rituals. Among the things that would bring these elders to this place is when they want, the representative would have different problems. Among the problems was the problem of diseases. We also had maybe fighting, hunger, all these, they were to carry these issues maybe to the cave to talk about them. But before they could do that, they had to come here for cleansing. So this is the first place we have started from. We have had a prayer from Mr. Stephen Odera, because this is also where they used to pray. So this is our first step. We head to the next step, to the cave.
Mulaha magena getege kitwa mingi amanene kuga mbaho gobe muke mwabyo space bemenyire y'abantu kali banavuze mu myatatu amabugano zaidi bakora iho habaza gusana kali onora abantu gutura butere bukusu bayi baza kandi baziraga ukazira kano mabingela yaho mabagimene bamuna abasala hene ha
Rumo gucuca mambo leba bora bako bandu bakuze ku fast mu kiguru for 1 week.
Rozi ya musayi ino banora.
The rocks far ahead, they are called what kind of keys? Ivuome. So that place is called Ivuome, and apparently there is so much space inside that it can accommodate about 300 people. That is where there is worshipping. People come to worship and pray fast from the rocks there. And the people come from various parts of Kenya. It is not necessarily Maragoli, but they come from Mombasa, they come from Busia, they come from Kakamega, all over the whole country. So just in the rocks, where we have the tree, the space is enough for 300 people. Pesesa means resting, and this is a place where everybody would come, including people who are witches and people who done all sorts of things. So we are going to the place, to the office where cleansing takes place. Cleansing place, this is the entrance. This is meant to be very funny, so you need to make sure you're in the right foot attire.
Amba tuya naho eho hakuranga nga ota anahumburaji.
This was a place for cleansing. This place, the elders would stand at this point, and this point they're given trees like kesangura. This is the tree that used to bear fruits that maragoli used to eat, and maragoli. So after the elders have come, they would burn the tree here so that they roast a cock, and this cock was roasted when it wasn't cut as normal, the way we prepare chicken. It was actually strangled. So they strangle the cock and then they just roast it with the feathers. So they would share. Currently, nowadays, they roast bananas and they ensure that every person has a share of the banana. That is a sign of unity, so that when they are about to leave this given place, they are headed to the cave, they are united as one person. This same place is where they used to declare the women were to leave the group to go the other side where there is a church as they await for the men to go into the cave.
Walema hata duka nini mbele mzee taduka ndabe walema obuheyi ubitanga kuzinzako yani imireme y'abantu mwamene musuwe mwamene musunda nubwoniza kuboleza kalikubi subwoni vembai bogora nibo obemula kubo kumana kobora nuyanza utakajya kwendangire dawe makande urwenirwo mane bintu bicenjaga abantu bigikaji nenda abantu ruganirwo bazezanga haganisere hara no henzaho unakola ku map.
The women were not allowed actually to go into the cave. And this same place is where they also used to pray. So you can see that the journey we have traveled to this place, at every given point, they would say a prayer. This was a very noble place, and this place would hold up to 500 people. So you can see the trees that are here, they are as old as maragoli because they have never replanted these trees. They have been there since forever. So from this point, this is now the journey to the cave. So this is the beginning of the journey to the cave. Now, there is something before they could pray, they would put an arrow at this point. And then they would face this side. This side, they call it Ivugwe. Ivugwe is the east. So they would pray facing Ivugwe, and then they would turn again to pray facing Emadiori. The hills on the far end, you can see the nearest hill is the boundary between Maragoli and the Banyore. The farthest hill, down the hill, it is actually Maseno. So let's proceed to the cave.
Saledi ne saledi.
Ne saledi.
Saledi ne saledi.
Ne saledi. Ne saledi. Ne saledi walindanga mbongo. Ne saledi.
Saingoiwa, saingoiwa.
Ne saingoiwa.
Saingoiwa, saingoiwa.
Ne saingoiwa. Ne saingoiwa. Ne saingoiwa walindanga mbongo. Ne saingoiwa.
Okay.
So in short, we've had the history of maragoli, and we have learnt a few things. We've learnt that this man came from Egypt. He used various roots, and he had brothers. The first brother to maragoli was Kisi. He also had Kuria, and then himself. He was the firstborn child. So being the firstborn, he had a drum. They had moved with that drum right away from Misri. And what was this drum for? This drum was the one that used to give them direction and used to speak to them. So this drum was made and a hand was put inside, and anytime they would arrive at a particular place, this drum would sound to tell that they had actually arrived at their destination. Now, there was anytime they got to a given direction and they wanted to show that they had arrived, they would light fire and the smoke would actually go straight up. So the brothers, when they parted at Keroka, they parted with the Mkisi and Kuria at Keroka. Mrogori proceeded up to Wehomo. Before he arrived Wehomo, he actually lost his daughter at a place called Kidzava. This daughter was called Kavogoi. He proceeded to Wehomo. Wehomo is in Bunyore, and he was walking with a cousin. The cousin was Munyore. So the cousin was left in Bunyore, and he went to Wehomo. Unfortunately, Wehomo is where he also lost his wife. So the wife died at Wehomo, and then Mrogori proceeded to this particular place. Up in the hill there, that is where the drum was kept. And if they wanted to do anything, they would ask from the drum. The drum stayed there for quite some time until the bees inhabited the drum, and apparently we are told the drum was thrown somewhere in the rocks. If you that Mrogori lived at this particular place for around 60 years, and this place they used to call it Mngoma, or Muigono. So Muigono is a street from down there up to the other place. Up you can see there is fencing, then a road has been left in between. So it is believed that actually since his death, 398 years have elapsed to today. The good thing about Rogori and his marriage is it is believed that he had married an Arabian. Kaliesa was not a Luya, or she was actually an Arabian. Reason why, when you look at most of the Maragoli people, they are brown. They look like Arabic. They are brown in color. Most Maragoli girls, they got indumbu and they are very, very light skin. Now, when Murogori came, he actually found the other Luya sub-tribes in Luyaland. Reason why most of the time you would hear people say that Murogori is not a Luya. No, Murogori is a Luya, but this is a Luya who actually came from Egypt. And how did they used to name these children? How comes when Murogori came, he actually only came with one son up to this place, and this was the last born son, who was Mavi. The rest of the son, we have, he actually had 4 of them, apart from the daughter who had passed on. When he was traveling, he had Abasari, Abakizungu, Abakirima, and Abamavi. So Abamavi are the inhabitants of this place. And as we can see, our caretaker plus Mr. Kitagwa, they are all Abamavi because they are the last born.
And even Odero.
And even Odero is Mavi. So those are the 4 main clans of the Avarogori. We have so many sub-clans, and how did these sub-clans come about? We learned from these old men that these sub-clans came about because of the women that they used to meet on the way while fighting. So the men would fight other men when they meet on the way as they travel towards this place. And they would capture the ladies. Once a lady has been captured, that lady will sire children. And the children that were born out of the Avasari, Abakizungu, Abakirima, and Avamavi by different women gave rise to so many sub-clans that come up to around 61 sub-clans. Among them being Abasweta, Vambaya, Avaburuji, Avasagara, Avagisinde, Avanganga, Avakivuta, Avakebembe, Avandega, Avalogovo. So they are so many, up to 61. Now we have to get to the cave. that is the house of Maragoli. It stretches all the way from down the valley. So it stretches up the hill up to the upper side. Now, the prayer of this community, they are believing there's a promise. They have been promised that one of these fine days, this place is going to be a great place. They need a drum to be made and put on this tree. That drum that Maragoli used to use to tell the future. Maragoli is a word that means, that is kuragura. Kuragura used to mean prophetic. So he used to use that drum to prophesy some stuff. So they need the drum to be put here. And that drum actually costs some money. They also need more security in this area, and they also need lighting in this same place. So there is a promise. A road has to be made. As you have seen, we have traveled all the way. It has some shoes. We removed our shoes. We've been walking all over. To access this place has been very tricky, especially coming in with a car. So their prayer is a nice road is made in this place. Electricity is brought to this place. And I have some of the things that Maragoli actually used to have, just apart from the cave that is intact. Let's head to the cave.
Enyumba yenera aona ni mfano kuno abamenya ateme misala abalomba n'emigoye siyali kuno musimali da nyumba eno sebe kuno musimali da emigoye ejo jabo hanga na balombanga bakwiza kwingira mu za kolektivo yazanga kugumira nde bahambanyira kw'emigoye igirusara bakurangeregwe barurangurwa amashagari yani urube cyakono rero kuno ahubwo amajongo amashagari gayanza koronda kusana na amajongo ni gabemba mu runonde keno chokora ngira mbe mu mamanya buri bakolanga ndio na runonde urangwe baranga rwa mashagari na munyi muranga karonererwe yakamara yarange ninde kutunga gakongo omutongera karuno yise anara gutongera umwana aranganga gakongo na mbekere gakongo hashi bakamara hene hala bazanga bitiro yenu bitiro hola nebe ndio tiro yeno iyedira siyago sa kumunyumba Maragoli dawe.
So inside here, this is a model of the house within the cave, and this is now where the modern Maragoli started his living. He started living in a house that is made up of grasses. You can see it's thatched, and then there are no nails. They actually use strings to do the thatching and holding the trees together. Now, this house, at this place, we have something called kitere. This one is called kitere. Kitere is where the old man used to sleep, and he used to actually sleep on this animal skin. There's an animal skin on top. And right below that is where the cows used to sleep, and he would sleep with an arrow to protect the cows and even the house. This is the sitting room. In the sitting room, they used to have what they call rugina. Rugina, they used to use this to grind millet. So this is how they grind the millet. They used to grind their millet plus sorghum. The millet plus sorghum was used for their food, ugali or uchima. At this particular place, this is where the seat for the old man would be. the man of the house, he used to sit here. Why would he sit here? He would sit here so that he is able to guard Ibuasi, that is where they do the cooking, and also to be able to look at the main door. So this is the particular place. At this place, there is this given tree, and just below this tree, they would keep their seeds here for planting. Women were not allowed to do the sowing of the seeds. It is only men who would do. This room right here, it was believed to be a woman's room. You can see it has a small window here for peeping in and even for bringing in some light. This is where the lady used to sleep. Now, it was believed that the lady would use the hind door to come in and just go to the bedroom and cook. She wasn't allowed to use the main door. The main door was actually used by the man. Reason why we said another time, a Luya man, you're supposed to set a given seat for him in the house. A seat where children need not just to play on it, because we had a particular seat from Rogori just in the house, and that seat was not meant for any other person. Now, this was the door. This door is called Ekitiri. This one, Ruizi. So Ruizi was a door that used to cover the main door. This is where they used to cover the main door for security purposes. Now, neighbor umrogori donde mkera gonai, msakura gonai. Magabanti.
Umundo ya manyango bogeri vibwe yarange nagachindi arasa.
Kachindi arasa. Gwaharasa kachindi.
Arasa umukera be.
Mwana kunziza yo warasa yeye. Sakura manande nanga kere yakabanyure. No mukere nabe ni hajya musakuru yazuza tukara kumahiga. Mama nande nanga musakuru yakenya.
Now, for intimacy purposes, the lady used to sleep this side. The man used to sleep here. In case the lady wanted to have intimacy or wanted to have sex with the husband, she would actually pick a small stone and throw it where the man was sleeping, and then the man would come down and they have their good time together. And in case the man needed the lady, the man would go right away to the fireplace. When the lady sees the man there, he knows that mama today wants something, and the mama would kindly just come and pick the man, alafu wanamaliza hayo maneno. Sasa hii nyumba ndio ilikuwa nyumba ya Mrogori ambaye ni wa sasa, nyumba ambayo Warogori walianza kujenga baada ya kuondoka kwenye shimo. Basi tuende kwenye shimo.
Alafu hiyo ndio ilikuwa firewood.
So this particular place was for keeping firewood, and this firewood was actually made from cow dung. So he would dry the cow dung and then arrange the cow dung in this particular place. One piece of cow dung would last a whole night for cooking. So this area was left for storing firewood, that is cow dung. I don't know how many of us would use cow dung to cook right now. We spend lots of money on gas and even on charcoal. Try cow dung. For the boys, this is where the firstborn child used to live. The house was constructed by the father, and once he married, the rest of the boys would live. So you can see it is not partitioned. Reason for not partitioning is it is only boys who used to sleep here. When a woman comes in, then the rest of the boys leave to go and sleep with a very old man in another house. Now, this house, you can see there is this tree, and this tree, they call it Kekongo. Itiro, not Kekongo. This is Itiro. This is the main tree, and this one would actually be put by the father to the child. Today, you can see that when you want to construct a house, it is your father that is going to show you where to construct and actually put a stick where your house is supposed to be. Now, you can see that when people buy land in other places, the Maragolis, the fathers, don't visit those places because they believe that blessings come from the father.
Muzakola hayagona. muza kola haja abike bintu bibye mugate mwenemu sobere ko makukura yari n'enyingo round kuri kujingo.
We are headed to the cave. This is where the old man used to stay. You can see it is tricky to get in. That is where the entrance is. You want to have fun. You want to see everything. I'm told there was a pot inside. But since the place was not fenced, a child took away that pot. And the pot, right now the child is actually blind. So, basakuru babora uhulize basakuru babora. So this is where the entrance is. Kisia is going to take us to his father's house. He's the one taking care of this place. This is actually where Maragoli used to live. You can see it is written main entrance. See how big this walk is. And it is all rocks. And I'm told up to down there it's about 100 feet inside. Wacha twende tujivinjari tuone mambo hapa ndani. Kisia twende.
Wakinjira mujango gukutanganya mafike bakabere kumakongerere kuri ndoke zeza no
Unaona?
Mula kumakongerere ndi mafani gere kigera ninde kuninenye Lokuza kubokembera kutakuja kuri abantu bagenda azabura
Koko koronde zagara hagara.
Nonde zagara ni.
Umbichi zirabura hivi.
Ndakuza kumundi bugeka. Mose na haye ya. Unaenda mtu hivi. So
this is where we are. You can see it is deep inside. We are headed to where the door is. We have not reached where the door is.
Nikate kwanza. Oenda.
Endelea nione. Naona bandu wanioni go.
Ndio ninabu.
Hey. Tough work here. This is where he used to stay. So you can see from down, we are actually not yet at the gate. We are yet to get to where the gate is. We are right inside the cave, so we are headed to the gate. It is it's a very dark place. So that's where the gate is. Is your way sure? So that is yes. Well, this is very tricky. So you can see how he used to get in. That is the gate. Oh, this is wonderful. We're just right inside. Right inside.
Shika.
Mira. Pala, mdadirada. Wapi? Oh, we. Oh, it was running.
Inaendelea, si ndio?
Sasa hiyo inaendelea.
Video.
Badala ya kumaliza.
Okay. So Kisia is showing us how we are supposed to go. It's my turn to get in. You can see we are really struggling with the video.
Sasa hambaile mkono muhambele mkono
Nde.
uze miyika bugeka yani hambele mkono
Gorende. Nde.
muye genge zanwesa tandiko so sasa
Chungu sijigonge.
unakuza kigene kundi ana Uingereza
Mangana. So you can see how tough this man used to travel. Hatujafika kwa nyumba bado.
Bado hatujafika kwa nyumba. Tunaenda huko.
Nafaa kuja.
Unakuja tu hivi.
Ama upite hapo.
Ngoja nisome.
Bado. Ama upite hapo. Can you make it there?
Naweza kuja.
Miguu inakuteresa alafu kufanya hivi. Ngoja kwanza niende. Ngaya hano yata lana. You make your dresses well. I don't camera you inside. See how he's doing it? We are deep into the cave. We are actually getting in from his door. We are moving inside. We are going inside. Sasa utupatie na yeye kuchukua
Hapa ni bala.
Hapa sijui alikuwa anapita namna gani.
So you can see we are right in the cave and we are almost to the house. Umesema bado tuko kwa gate?
Bado hatujafika kwa nyumba nyingine. Niko hapa juu.
Acha nione nitaingiaje huko sasa mimi.
Sasa ila anashinda hapa kupita.
Nisange.
Kanyaga. Hapa. Tunaona.
So you can see the roof. No rain gets inside. We are yet to get to the main house.
Tuko na mtoto mbele.
This is where the old man used to check if it's morning. We are now moving from the bedroom towards the sitting room. So we have to go through this and up so that we get to where the sun is. So this is the sitting room. You can see that in the sitting room it is lit. We have some light, we have some grass, some molds here. It was a resting place where they used to take their food. They used to sit a little bit and just relax. So we are also relaxing after a long journey of traveling through the rocks, moving from the bedroom, moving from all the other rooms. So here we are, a good place. Hatujafika kwa nyumba bado. We're just almost on the way, and this is a nice place to view. It's a nice view place, as you can see. Down, the place is full of rocks, and all of us, it is rocks.
So we have to get going. Have to get going. Wow. Kweli. Lakini mwana anagotera mundu. Awesome. Here we are. Kwa kaduka abunda hala uko sosa.
Nani hano baturagira indangira bakatura muryango gura mabaza babaza abaduka hano ndinangarana kugira bakanine gorofa kuturagira solise kuninanje yabakanine gorofa bakaza baka baje kucyela cyane babingira mu nyumba yabo hano ndeye gutanga.
So this was a resting place after going through up and down the rocks. You have seen the climbing. This is where they used to come and rest. They would rest so that you listen. You know, we have so many people outside who fight others and who are after us. That is what he is calling musigo. Baroj. So this is where he used to sleep. You can see we are deep into the rocks. This was his sleeping place. Deep inside. So the house of Maragoli. So this is the house where we left. That is where we were, the eating place. So from where Mr. Kisia is, the whole of this region, we are actually on the roof of Mzee's house. We note that tunapumzika kwa nyumba ya mzee sasa. This is the fireplace, the place that was used for cooking. It is evidenced by the presence of, we have ash. They used to pour the ash somewhere here. So we got ash here. It is evidenced by. So this soil is actually made up of ashes. And evident that cooking was being done here. We are getting now from the house. Finally, we are here.
Kuli mutebanga mwale kamulogoli ubuhunyala kubimba mulogoli lingeti oranyala kubimba kumulogoli lingeti mwana mulogoli amanyikane ye abo mulogoli mwale kahango ha mulogoli hatigala here muzizazi mugende ye mulombe bindo na hango ha mulogoli mwale kaho mumbaka he nyumba da mugenda ho manya ya hani hango heto akwetula ulibulu byeto dabe kumba orande kutula idikulya kalono mulogoli nzibana nga Steven Odero borande mugende hango ha mulogoli mmanye hafanandi hene hala ni heshima yenyu etola eho urubamba rwenyu rotola nimutakola ndio dabe mulinyoro bwameshi dabe kigire mugenda hango baba muheza ngezingabe kwizigabe munyala konyola ndi na mwenye wo president mwenye ndebe nene nimutagenda hango ha mulogoli muze mugende kuho umwana wenyango endebe ya mulogoli anyole kwendebe nene ya president yaze hango ha mulogoli kumusalise kumbole ibudukani okole gasheye kumwaleka ndio nimwaleka ndio kandi mulinyola da zingabizi tulakuba hango kubibuli nzimbola ndio nikobe hano ndi kusenge hano idikulya kalunu enzi mulabana yaba enzi mulolesa kunyikobe hano ndi kulagaya kobola mwaleka hango wa mulogoli mwizulize hango wa mulogoli.